That's a great way to end the season here. And I think 7-10, is that right?
10-7.
10-7. Are we?
At home.
It's pretty good. We finished the game extremely well. Of course, it's always, you know, Chuck already told me what I need to know, and it's keep Ryan on the floor. So I read that article and decided I better keep him on the floor because Chuck said we can't win without him. So I kept his ass on the floor. We won. He was right. Simple formula. And I just hope they don't fire me and hire Chuck. But I'm happy for the kids. And you know what? You think about the walls we were hitting early. And I think everybody kept their oars in the water, and everybody rowed, from managers, GAs, my staff, and all the players. And good things happen when you don't quit, and they didn't quit. I think they gave town of Huntington started coming back. I think it was our second largest crowd. We need to keep growing our fan base that we had lost, and we keep doing that. It's going to be fun winters here in Huntington. I'm building my house, and I'm going to build a fire. Come out here and enjoy watching a bunch of kids play hard for Marshall. That's all I got to say.
Questions?
What were y'all able to do with Botley after he kind of tore you up in the first half? He didn't get too many.
Well, our bigs, and it's funny how you do coaching too, because you're sitting over there and he was killing us. And so you're trying, you know, a lot of times you run through your mind, and we're all talking about it, that trap, change this, change that. Actually, all it was is we weren't doing what we were doing right, you know, and we finally got our bigs up, and they kind of, you know, we call it a shock it, you kind of pop him like that, and then the guard has a chance to get back. What we were doing was backing up and allowing him to keep our guard behind him. And we tried to trap him a couple times, which I made a mistake there because we couldn't kick that little water bug in front of us, and he got to the rim. So then we started talking about it before half. We made the adjustment of getting up, popping a little bit, trying to get our guard back in there. When we did that, we were in pretty good shape.
All kidding aside, was this game one of those examples of how essential Ryan is, especially how?
No, there was no kidding about that. There's no question.
Yeah.
You know, I wasn't kidding. I was making a joke about my job, but the rest of that was probably true. I don't want him to have my job.
I don't want it.
You're probably right. Although, you know, my first press conference, I said, I got the best job y'all know. Well, we go back and forth.
Was his ball handling and his distribution skills, I mean?
Well, he's got a calming effect. You know, the rest of them are learning. He has a great gait, and when he has the ball, it calms down. You know, Alex is popping here, popping there, DB's popping here, popping there. When he gets it, it just seems to, okay. And I'll tell you another one, too. Justin Evans had a good game. He had a real good game. And he gives you another guy who can attack and get to the rim and do some things. I don't know how many points he had, but
27.
yeah, I knew he had a bunch. And he's one that can rip. He's gotten stronger. He gets into the rims now. His shooting, y'all remember the first of the year, gosh, it was, but it's good now. He shoots it, he gets to the rim. And you know, when he sits out for 2 years, that's probably what you expect. Same thing with JP. You know, they're going to be in and out. They haven't played a lot. So I thought for a sophomore who changed from a catch and finish to a point forward, Serbian point guard, DB and Tam, who were kind of adjunct guards having to play point. Luke was a walk-on. Two guys that hadn't played for 2 years. Everybody kind of discontent when I got here. They were, you know, they didn't know who they were, whether they liked each other. You know what? You got to give all those guys credit because I think they've done a yeoman's task. I wouldn't have expected the program to look like it's bouncing back to the fan base and some wins here. Kind of surprised that it took off like it did. And all the credit goes to them. So I'm happy for them. It's a good way to seniors to leave and good way for me to go find players to come in here to replace, you know, because they can see the upbeat.
Getting back to Edmonds, you were saying beginning of the year, you just didn't see that pop out of him?
Well, he still
Started to
doesn't
show-
have what he had a long time ago. But he is strong, and he's adjusted his game. He's a much better three-point shooter now. And he is strong. He puts people on his shoulder. He doesn't jump up and dunk anymore. Doesn't get up above the crowd. But he's strong. He's a tough-minded kid. So, gotta like players like that. I used to, when I was in the NBA in New York, the old hometown boy, Billy Walker. He's one of those guys you don't mind walking down the dark alley with. Because, if he's on your side, you're probably going to make it to the other end. So, he's one of those guys. And, just happy for him. Good kid.
With all the emphasis that y'all put on shooting the basketball, you go out and make 70% in a half, you gotta.
Well, you see it every day.
Yeah.
A lot of
You
people
shoot-
say,
you shoot
"Oh, wow,
70%,
you shoot
yeah.
really good." Really, when we miss one, I'm kind of disappointed because I see them make it every day. It's not something that, jumps up on you. I'm kind of surprised when they don't make it. So we shoot a lot, and you get to see it a lot. If you come to practice, you'll see that, it's no shock that they can make those shots.
That was the strongest you finished the game this year, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And defensively, very strong. And Ryan, I did board from his vertical right around the rim, somebody 6'5". Pretty strong. So, yeah, I thought that was as good as we finished. And they're a good team. They've got a lot of athletic kids. That big kid's 0. He's a low inside.
Don't look like a freshman, does it?
No, he's low. He's strong. He's low. And the little point guard knows how to run that angle. He keeps his dribble alive. They're not bad. They're shooters around the wings. They shoot 41, 40, 37, 41. They played everybody really well. Just left Western 3-point game. So it's no fluke that we had to play hard against these guys. Their record is not indicative of how good they are. So, and we knew that coming in. We'd warned our kids. So.
How much did you actively go into the community and have your players go into the community to kind of resell this program back to the state?
It's been a goal. It started with the 5K race. The person who had the heart attack right prior to the game, a few games back, we went to the hospital. We've been to sorority houses, fraternity houses. I can't tell you how many people have come to me and said, the last one being Ryan Taylor, who saw him in the ball. He spoke as you should speak. He was very courteous and respectful. And we put a lot of emphasis on that. Now, I've told him, I said, this game's important to me. Obviously, it's important to you, but there are more important things, and that's the person that you are. And I've always tried to do that ever since I've been coaching. I want this program full of good kids who play hard for Marshall, and then I can live with the results. And I think the results will get there. And we'll find them. We'll get them in here. We'll carry on where we are, and hopefully we get, like I say, get in the playoffs. You never know. We didn't go into the NIT when I played as the #1 team in the MAC. Toledo was. We split with them, but they went. To be honest with you, we had a better year at the end because we won, they didn't. You never know. You never know. Like I said, you play as hard as you can today, and we'll worry about tomorrow later.
How tough of a sell was it, and how surprised and especially happy are you of the results? Second biggest crowd that you think in the last game?
I don't think it's difficult because I'm a people person. It doesn't bother me to go eat downtown, say hi to people. People, I like people, almost have to be just courteous to me to rile me. I enjoy all kinds. Not just athletes, I enjoy musicians, I enjoy theater people, I enjoy nerds, I enjoy them all. They all got good things. My my daughter always tells me, I'm a nerd, Dad. And I said, I love you anyway.
You have time for one more?
No big deal. I hate to sing Kumbaya, but that's kind of who I am.
You got these superstitions, right?
I always
With
have
the-
superstitions.
The
I
tie.
know it's damn Billy Moore down at Wright's dressed me today. You know, it's
But you're
me.
gonna have to continue
I'm
wearing it
PR.
now.
No, no. I did that in high school. You know that short? We were playing in North Charleston. They were like 9th in the country. They won the state championship the year before. They had 6 guys go Division I. I'm starting 2 juniors, 2 sophomores, and freshmen. 2 of them being my sons. We go down there in North Charleston where they had lost 56 games. So I dressed in blue jeans and a white shirt and a tie because I figured we're getting beaten. I was going to take that off, put something on, and be over. Yeah, we end up winning. So I'm playing in the state championships with blue jeans and a damn white T-shirt because I couldn't take them off. So, I guess I am superstitious, but we're a little far away from this superstition. This would have to be, if we won I will say this, if we won Conference USA, I'd probably